Patriots at the Jets. I have a play in this one, guys, and I don't play very many look aheads. I don't do that. That said, some this week actually really stood out to me, and so I did and went ahead and played the Patriots here at 3.5. This was a situation where I figured there would be an interesting line move once this thing actually hit. So I wanted to get ahead of it. Certainly that ended up being the case, going from 3.5 to 5.5 as we sit right now. There are even some 6 popping out there in favor of the Patriots. Listen, this Jets team, one, not only are they kind of devoid of talent here, they lose starting tackle Mekhi Becton. They lose LaMarcus Joyner in week 1. You have a team that, again, allowed an incredible amount of pressure on Zach Wilson, who, by the way, given everything that he had to deal with, I actually think handled everything pretty well. I think that he wasn't like a complete dumpster fire or anything like that, despite the fact that his team was one of the worst, again, 5th worst in pass blocking grade, according to Pro Football Focus on the week, as you would imagine that was the case yet again. And so only the Ravens, Titans, Panthers, and Falcons were worse than the Jets here in week 1. And so Bill Belichick against this with an improved squad. Listen, they had the ball. They were going down, could have won that game. Of course, an untimely fumble, and then their hopes were dashed there. So them starting 0-1, I'm not really holding it against them all that much. Again, could have just as easily have won that game. I am still down on this Jets team. Still looks like the same old Jets here. That said, I do believe they are heading in the right direction. It's just, you can't help 2 of your starters getting hurt. You can't help the fact that, listen, you're still a rebuilding squad. So give me the Patriots 3.5 here in this one. Brad, Patriots on the road at the Jets. Belichick versus Zach Wilson here. If you had to play it, I know you don't have a ticket, but if you had to play it, what are you looking at?
Yeah, it's got to be Patriots and under. Belichick against a rookie quarterback. As you say, like the Panthers were shredding that O-line last week, even when Becton was in there. So without him, I think you're going to see a lot of exotic blitzes, disguised coverages, and I wouldn't expect Zach Wilson to look very good. I mean, you remember the Seeing Ghost game from a couple of years ago, Sam Darnold. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that. I think that was a lot of zero blitzes that day. So maybe some of that. Yeah, and then on the other side of the ball, you would expect kind of what we saw last week, lots of running game from the Patriots. They dominated the Dolphins on the ground, nearly doubled them up in yardage, but fumbled it away, which is why they lost. So if Bill finds a running back he can trust to hold on to the ball, I think we just see a lot of running from the Patriots and not a lot out of the Jets offense.